again to the airwaves. Coming up next, the J. Francis Radio Show, right here on 90.5 KLC Waves. Coming up next, the J.
KLCO, Los Angeles. The following show contains strong language and adult material. Parental discretion is advised.
Well, it's Friday, June 14th, and it's time for Flip Up, Flip Off, Horny Drink Friday. And tearing it up from coast to coast, the host that knows how to rock itself the most, the J. Francis Radio Show. And now, coming to you live from the West Side, here he is, J. Francis.
Thank you very much, Tom. Welcome, everybody. 90.5 KLCO, Los Angeles, Newport, Oregon, and on the internet, MySpace, Facebook, the tweeters at Twitter, all via the streams of YouNow at youtube.com/J. Francis Radio Show. It is Flip Up, Flip Off, Horny Drink Friday. I'm your host, Big J here. Pippi is in studio tonight. She is not on the show. She has some phone calls to make and stuff. We are going out after the show to go out and do singing, I guess. Let me fix that. There we go. So she's got some phone calls to make. She wants to touch up her makeup, this and that. But she is here. Maybe she'll pop in and say hi towards the end of the show. But she is in the studio, so she might be thumbing around. Get your drink on, everybody. I got myself a little buddy right here. These are little buddies are great. There's a time and a place for a little buddy, and 6 a.m. before work is not the time for a little buddy. But right now, on Friday evening here at 8 o'clock, it definitely time for a little buddy. I'm going to pour mine into a nice tall glass of Coke Zero here. Yeah, beautiful. And so like I said, Pippi will be popping in and out. She is here in the studio. She's got phone calls to make. She was just thinking about doing the show with me, but she's got a million calls to make for her dad, Batman, and that. And she wanted to touch up her makeup and stuff. So maybe, like I said, maybe she'll come on end of the show and just pop in and say hi. And she's just passing the hallway. I can see her through the door there. Zipping around me, chat. Good stuff. I have it's Friday, folks. Let's get it on. I've got let me make sure. Yes, it is. Thank you, Tom. I've got a update on the Anne Marie Lynch stuff that I wanted to get to. We also have another guest coming on tonight. Her name is Sarah Whitley, and she is your Facebook's very own Sarah Whitley. So she'll be on the show. I ran into her in a comment section for a thing about 16-year-olds not needing permission from their parents to get an abortion, and I made a comment, boy, the kids are just getting stupider and stupider, and she replied, well, we'll get to it. I got to say, her comeback wasn't all that great, and I was going to destroy her, but I decided, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. She looked young. I didn't want to, hurt her feelings or anything like that. So what I'd rather do is get her on the show, because she talked to me privately in a chat and that, and I want to get her on the show because I'm very curious. In fact, I wanted to actually Google something well, I'll do that before I get to her, and maybe she knows, because I just don't know about that generation, and she can tell me. But she'll be coming on the show via the phone. So yeah, I wanted to get an update for you on the Anne Marie, and let me see if I can get the source of the whole, not actually Anne Marie again. I could get her on the phone, but not that I want to. In fact, she left me a message, and I will play that for you in just 1 second. Let me see if I can get this person on the phone. Oh gosh, hopefully. And I wanted to get a real quick update on that. Hello? Oh. Hello? Is it ringing, Tom? Oh, there we go. Yes.
Hello.
Wendy, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing awesome. Doing awesome. Now I see that the video it's gotten over 600 views now.
Very nice.
Yeah, people are catching on. And this was the quick, in fact, actually, just 1 second here. Here we go. It's time for a Jay Francis update. And here he is with Wendy Bear, Jay Francis. Thank you very much, Tom. And tonight we do have an update for you on the whole Anne-Marie Lynch scandal. And on the phone with us tonight, calling from, are you in Irvine tonight?
Irvine.
Is Wendy Bear. Let's get to it. Wendy, so we understand. There's our news intro. So we do understand.
What a surprise. I didn't know I was going to be on the news tonight.
Clendella, what's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, now you're on the news tonight. So the update is Anne-Marie is on her way back to California.
She is back.
She's back. She's looking up now. She's hitting up UCI college kids.
She sure is.
Okay.
I've got a message yesterday, maybe it was the night before yesterday, from a college kid who had Googled Anne-Marie's phone number and came across the video, and she messaged me to ask me if it was the same Anne-Marie, which it was, and she is now trying to sublease
This just in, a special
going on
bulletin.
the summer break.
This just in, a bulletin from the Jay Francis Radio Show. If you are a UCI college student, please be aware that Anne-Marie is looking for a place to crash, and crash she will, and never leave. You will spend thousands to get her out, and it's not worth it. More at 11. Okay. There we go.
All right. Nice.
Thank you. Well, try to keep it light around here. Not much. Damn it, Mom. Stop with the microwave. We got a listener, John Clem. He's back east. And if his mom starts microwaving a burrito, his internet gets all messed up. And he can't see the show there on the internet. So he gets real pissed with the microwave.
Well, it's terrible.
It is terrible. So yes, we warn everybody. In fact, this was a call that she made to me.
You called me with the intention of hurting me. You called me with the intention of cyber stalking me. And you called me with the intention of a complete and unbelievable attempt to hurt me.
Okay,
This phone call is recorded.
Okay, good. So never mind.
I don't know why you did this.
I'll tell you what. Hold on.
Your attack is unbelievable.
Okay, we're gonna take these one at a time. Here we
You
go.
called me with the intention of hurting me.
Not really. I didn't call with the intention of hurting you. I called with the intention of giving you the truth. Okay, you don't sponge off people. That's basically it. So that, am I not right, Wendy? Is that if that
That
hurts?
is true.
I guess the truth hurts. Oh well.
She's scamming people right now. You do know
Right,
she's using a
right.
rescue.
Yeah. Her intent. No, there's no intent in her scamming people at all. Okay, next
You
one.
called me with the intention of cyber stalking me.
I wasn't cyber stalking you. I'm not the one stalking you. All right. Wendy more the one stalking you.
Hey, everybody's coming to me. Everyone's coming to me.
I know, right?
I'm just sitting on my couch.
Yeah, you got to keep up with this. All right. You gotta keep up with
I've
this
got a
noise.
couch back. Yeah, they're coming to me.
Exactly. So, okay, we're taking these one at a time here. So, no, I'm not stalking you. I only got a hold of you, Anne-Marie, because I wanted to get you on the phone to come on the show. Next.
You called me with the intention of a complete and unbelievable attempt to hurt me.
No, again, if you call truth hurt, okay.
This phone call is recorded.
Absolutely. And if you haven't noticed, Anne-Marie, on my page, all phone calls are made to Jay Francis are recorded for my pleasure.
I don't know why you did this. Your attack is unbelievable.
I know, isn't it? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Amazing. All right, so yeah, that's it. So we took those one at a time. I addressed them. There you go. Because I never replied or nothing, man. I'm not even gonna ever. That's it. I won't call her again. That's for sure. Because she is Oh, here I have a cuckoo sound. Where the hell is it? Ish? Maybe it's in here. Oh shit! I don't know. No, I'm not going to try to find it. But it's a cuckoo. Damn it! I can never find them. Pippi used to sit here and find them. There it is. It's right there. No, I can't find it. Forget it. Wait. Oh, here it is under funny sounds. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. I know, but I'm. Oh, here it is. Is this it? That's it. There we go. All right, that's her. That's Anne Marie.
Very much so.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we've warned people over at UCI. Make sure we get this spread all around that area. Let's get them forewarned. Any college student that hears from her, you can check out this Anne Marie Lynch's pictures over at Wendy Bear's page on Facebook, and holding bread. If you see news cameras coming in, and you would think you ditched the bread.
She's flopping around the bread. She
Flopping
wouldn't
around
put it down.
the bread. I mean, it's bad enough you look like a scumbag with a big oversized shirt and everything, and your hair up in one of these god awful buns that I hate.
But it wasn't real. It wasn't a real news crew. It was my friend from AA.
Oh, okay, right. Your friend from AA. I forgot about that.
Now, don't forget to warn everybody that she did put up the posting, asking a fundraiser, asking for money.
Oh, for the dog. That doesn't.
To send her dog to rescue. I fostered for many years,
right.
So I've got a lot of friends in the fostering and adoption and all that. And we did get a hold of the rescue, and the rescue said that it was in fact a scam. They had never heard of Anne Marie.
Never heard of Anne Marie. So it's a scam for her to get money. She's using the dog. The
dying dog. Yeah,
the dying dog. Well, like I told you, my ex had the dying damn dog. The damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it lived for like 3 years, but every 6 months it was dying. It was dying. This is really it, And finally, when the dog died, I was like, good. Finally. Damn thing's been dying forever, man. Give up.
Yes. Yeah. Canine Munchausen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. I love it.
Another diagnosis of our Anne Marie.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So wow, no, it looks like that video's gotten quite a bit of play.
It shows on my blog that you've gotten like 1,000 hits.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why it's so slow. If it's because the link is on my blog.
Yeah, I mean, I could go. Last I checked before the show, I think it was 608. So that was But I know that there was like 60 something before it was shut down. So I don't know if it recounted those again so who knows? And then
I'm not sure they're all reading because I think the ones that go through directly through my blog.
Mm-hmm.
You may not be getting the credit for it. So you may have another 1,000 on top of that. Yeah.
All right. Well, cool.
Yeah. My blog's been blowing up with the radio show today.
Blowing it up. We're always blowing it up over here on Friday. I love Fridays. I like getting drunk on Fridays. I don't like to eat dinner because I like to get buzzed on Friday because it's the end of the work week, man. You get to sleep in on Saturday. It's nice. I love it. So, we're going out. Pippi and I are going out karaokeing after the show. So. It's gonna be
nice.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna get some drinks and some chips and salsa. Oh yeah, it'll be fun. Well, hey, we have warned people. The dog is fake. Don't give it to it. It's just fake.
Don't let her in.
Don't let her in. Just don't. Yeah, and that's another thing. I didn't want to contact her back because I didn't want her to keep contact. And then shit, I got got rid of all my psychos out of life, so I don't want any new ones. Now
I have talked to some of her friends from high school, and they've told me she's always been crazy, and this was not surprising.
Listen.
Yeah,
the girlfriend that was crazy. Her sister's at a lunch one day when she got up to use the restroom. Warned me. She's bipolar, man. What are you doing? She's talking all kinds of shit about you to us, and you seem like the nicest fucking guy, man. What are you doing with her? She is bipolar. She doesn't take meds for it. She goes, she calls me bitching about you and this and that. And I'm like, I didn't do that. She goes, you don't seem like the type, you're a nice guy. Get out of here. They warned me. So, hey, oh well, live and learn. So.
Have you seen some of her Twitter feed?
Believe me, I have. She's
I was raped
a
by
piece
Tom
of work.
Eflin. He drugged and raped multiple women while an NBC soap star,
Right.
Jeff Zucker, covered it up.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I know. She's a piece of work. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Total nutbag. So, but we have warned UCI, we have warned Irvine, we have warned everybody. Everybody, we're warning you. Don't take her in. Seriously, you'll never get rid of her. Don't even let her walk in to try to sell you something and take her shoes off. All right, because then she can say she's lived there. It's your word against hers. Good luck. Don't let her in.
I recommend everybody keep the CBS video on your phone.
There you go. Right.
In case you show up.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Wendy, for the update. Have a great weekend, and keep me posted on the events, of course, always.
Will do.
All right. Thanks. Have
Take
a good
care.
one. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. All right. There goes Wendy, and we are going to get our next caller on the air. Okay. And okay. All right. Cool. Let's see. I got interrupted by. I know, Tom. I was listening to you, but I lost my train of thought. All right, we're going to get Sarah Whitley on the phone, and she is a Facebook user. And I'll let her give her age if she'd like, but I do know how old she is. We've already spoke very briefly before the show. She needs to get medicated for her bipolar. Yes, she does. I think it's more, John. I think it's more than just the bipolar. There's more to it than that. Some people just want to. That's their energy. They put their energy into scamming people instead of taking that energy and putting it into doing something productive. That's what they do. All right, to try to live free. And because they learn this, the reason that she's coming back to California, I can tell you why she's coming back to California, because of the squatter laws. Okay, they're better out here because our god dang state government just wants to give it all away. So yeah, it takes like they could stay for 3 days, then they're a legitimate resident. Okay, they could crash for like 3 or 4 days, man, till I go to my other buddy's place. That's it. It's all it takes. Bam, they're in. All right, they live there. You have to give them a 30-day notice, and even after that notice, they can squat for 3 more months before the sheriffs can come remove them. Okay, so they've got right there. So all they got to do is figure out the next sucker they're going to hit after all this ends, when the sheriff evicts them. All right, and they figure out their next target. So they're working on that. They're working on their next target a month before. All right, to get them all buttered up and ready to go. So there are people that are professionally do this shit, man, and they do. They bounce with the sad sob stories. So there you go. Hers is the dog. I tell her right now, you got fucking dogs. Ain't happening. You fucking moving. I don't want to smell like dog. You probably smell like dog. All right. I don't. Chicks that have dogs, you see them walking. If you see a hot chick walking a dog, just remember this: she's gonna bend over and pick up shit, dog shit. Okay. And remember this: her house probably reeks like dog. Her car probably reeks like dog, so she reeks like dog. All right. It's true. In fact, the ex, the bipolar, had a dog. Goddamn Monkey, or whatever it was. Kiwi, I think it was at the time, or whatever. It was a Kiwi. Same type of dog, but the dog name was Kiwi. But I offered to clean her car because it fucking reeked so bad, and there was fucking dog hair everywhere. And it literally took me the entire day. From like 7:30 a.m. to fucking sundown, and it was like it was spring, so about 7:30. 12 hours, man. It took me forever on the inside. I had to change the vacuum filter several times because of the fur, and the reek was still there. I sprayed. I scrubbed. I used the upholstery. I did the best I could. But she was so appreciative. She bought me a really nice watch for doing that. So I thought that was cool, show the message. Wendy Bear, let's see what it says. Anne Marie would follow her dog around and catch his piss and shit in a cup. I believe it. No, seriously, I believe it. But no, I and then not wash your hands. Oh God. All right. Oh. All right, I gotta get to my guest. Hang out, Wendy. I gotta get to my next guest. Let me get her on the horn here because I told her it'd be about it, but she knows I was gonna do an update. So let's get her on here. And this is Sarah. We're gonna get Sarah on the line. Sarah.
Hey, Jay.
Hi. Okay, you got it. If you're watching on YouTube, you've got to turn it off. You got to turn the volume off.
Yes. No. Okay, it's off.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, there's a delay on the radio end, so please, thank you very much because I heard the phone call and I heard myself. All righty. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me catch. So you've been watching, so you know where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, now you're a cat person, is that correct?
I'm an all animals person.
I am too, but I prefer cats for the simple reason that there's a box that they they dispose of their waste in that I can go to and just scoop it out into a bag and throw it away. It's easy. Okay. They have these self-scooping ones. Now you have to touch the thing. All right. It probably wheels it out to the trash can for you. But the cats, I think, or you know what? You simply let them out in the yard and they bury it and it's gone. All right. So cats are very independent. Dogs are very needy. Okay. Male cats are needy. Male cats are needy. I know all about cats.
My cat is indeed a male, and he is indeed very needy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, believe me, Pippi was pissed off. Okay, my wife, Pippi, on the show. She was on the show. She's not. Mm-hmm. She's going to be coming. She's very busy now. So, but she does guest hosts once in a while. So, but her and I have been doing this for 13 years. So, but she just recently had to step away for a little bit. So, got a lot going on. She's got a crazy dad, psycho dad. Schizophrenic dad, so we have to deal with it. Yeah. But what the hell was I talking about, Sarah? I always do that.
We're talking about animals and how kittens or cats are considerate enough to bury their own poop.
Yeah, right. No male cats are, because Pippi would get pissed because anytime I came home, my male cat, man, he was glued to me. I mean, I'd sit down in my lap, and he was huge.
Generally, cats are very, very gender oriented. It's, but the reverse. If you're a female, the cat doesn't like you. If you're another female,
right? If you're another female, now the female cats liked her. Okay, the female cats liked her, but the male cat hated her because I know he would literally. I mean, we had to finally block off the room and everything, and block it so the cats couldn't go back into the bedrooms and that. But when he did, he would go, and if he had to poop or something, he'd poop on her pillow. He knew not to poop on mine. Oh, yeah.
That is some spitefulness right there.
Oh, I'm telling you. Yeah. No, she used to kick him out of the bed and stuff and, he'd go flying. So he hated her and she hated him. And it was a mutual thing. So, Yeah,
I feel like mutual hatred with cats is always a really good relationship. In its own little weird way.
Right. Now I have not had a cat in probably 3 years. He was my last. We had 5 at one point. No, I've had cats my whole life, even as a baby. My parents had cats, dogs, guinea pigs. They had everything all through life. All through life. We had a cat that lived 21 years. All right, pretty much my complete childhood and half of my into my 20s, like your age, I believe now. If you want to give your age, that's fine. You look very, very young in your pictures. Oh my God.
I do.
Oh my God. You look like you're 14 or 15.
I get that a lot. I am 25. In a couple of years, actually, I have a funny story about that. Okay. A couple of years ago, I was teaching gymnastics, and I was drinking a glass of wine at the Christmas party, and my co-coach gives me this really funny look, and she goes, "Can you drink that?" And my boss was like, "Yeah, she's 22. It's okay." And so I'm drinking my wine, minding my own business.
That's funny because Pippi, my wife, she went to the movies one time with just a hat on and her hair up in a hat and had no makeup on, and they carted her because she looks young too. I mean, it's funny. She looks very, very young too. So
I got a kids menu about a month ago.
Right. I believe it. I believe it. Wendy Bear is texting in over here on the chat. My cat is still missing in Irvine after Anne Marie let her out. Oh my God! When the police, see, you know what? That's how I lost one of my cats. My roommate was drunk one night with a guy friend over, and I was out and left the back door open. We lived in Anaheim Hills at the time, and it was coyote heaven. Yeah. Oh man, and I knew when I left that day because I was actually playing in a band, drums in a band, and I was off to a gig, and I was going to be gone for quite a while. I knew when I was walking down the stairs and the cat was staring at me and just looking at me, and I didn't have time. I knew it was the last time I was going to see the cat. I knew it. I knew it in my heart, and I should have just taken the moment and stopped. But damn it, I knew it.
It's so weird how that happens. You get that little bit of intuition.
It really, really is. It sucked. It sucked because I knew it. I mean, I stayed up for like 4 or 5 days in a row and nights in a row, scaring off coyotes in the neighborhood and driving around and looking. And the gardeners said they probably saw the cat in hiding in the bushes. So I was looking over there, and never came back. Hopeless. So,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it sucks. All right, so Sarah Whitley, if you want to go ahead, give your age, you can, because I was going to look something up, but I didn't have time to do it. We could do it now. I could do it now if you can just give a quick brief something about yourself. Let the people know you're definitely a Facebook user. You do post on comments. That's how we met. So. Give a little bit about yourself, because I wanted to look something up.
Sure. Well, I'm Sarah Whitley. I'm 25. I am a device engineer. I work with mobile phones and I test them essentially.
With drones?
And,
with test drones? Drones, you said.
Phones.
Oh, phones.
Telephones.
Oh, phones. Okay, I'm sorry. It almost sounded like drones. Okay.
I wish. That'd be much cooler.
Oh, right.
So I'm doing that right now. I am definitely a phone nerd through and through, but I was actually a sociology major, so I'm really fascinated in sociology, obviously. Okay. And that's kind of how I end up on those political posts. I really enjoy to play devil's advocate, so I don't generally kind of express my own opinion online, because if I do, I receive backlash, and it's just not fun to deal with.
Right.
But what I love to do, my favorite thing, is to go and see if I see something that's false, and I know that it's false. I will go and I will throw it out there.
All right.
Like, this is wrong and this is what's right. And people hate it. It's awesome.
I'm I mean, your comeback to me was kind of like, thanks for, I didn't raise you. You have parents. I'm raising my own daughter. She's going to be 12 and I'm raising my own daughter. And I'm trying to, I used to shelter my daughter for the first 5 years because all I could see was the precious innocence in her. And the nightmares I had of what could happen to her, like running out, chasing a ball and getting slapped by I'm just like, oh, the nightmares you can think of pop through your head being a parent, and it keeps you up at night. And I finally decided after she's 5, I can't shelter her anymore. If she's going to fix the problems in the world, she needs to know what they are.
That is a beautiful perspective.
That way she can start getting a grasp on how to work on these things. Okay. I did have her in a private school for a little while, and it just, the attendance got so low because of one of the ex-pastors scamming over $400,000 from the school for his wife with cancer. I understand, but don't steal it from the kids. You rob them of an education. So now she's in public school, and I know the public schools lean a little bit more on the progressive side. I'm not going to say liberal. I'm going to say progressive side. Okay.
I like it.
Okay. I'm going to say progressive side, and it is. We got to be careful. So I try to instill these things in her to be smart, question things, understand things. People scream about, the greenhouse gases with animals. Well, I got news for you. The world's been here for, I don't know exactly how many years, and neither does science. It's educated guesses. They're probably very good guesses, but we don't know for sure. Okay. We cannot actually put a pinpoint on anything. Okay. But they're very good educated guesses. But animals were here before we were, and the earth is still here. So I have a good feeling it's still going to be around even after it shakes us off like fleas. Okay.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yes.
So I wouldn't worry too much about it. All right. Let me close Google because okay. So do you fall into the millennial category? I'm wondering.
Oh my God. I'm starting to sound more and more like it every day. It's unbelievable.
Well,
I've always kind of.
And it's not, listen, and I don't blame you because let me tell you something. Progressivism, whatever you want to call it, was introduced into the schools in the late 70s. Okay, because they knew if we can get 3 generations to think this way, they'll think it's normal and it'll change things. And it has. They were right. Okay, they were right. I was lucky enough to be to gone to a private school and didn't get subjected to that, but did see it in high school because I did go to a public high school and did see it in high school, but I wasn't stupid enough to fall for it. Okay, so that was a good thing. My parents were very conservative. It is really, I mean, I try to explain to my daughter about progressiveness in this and how they want and what it is socialism. Where I tell my daughter, okay, I give you $10, you have 9 friends. Okay, you have 9 friends. And all your friends are going, well, that's not fair that you have $10 and we don't have anything. If you give each of us $1, all right, we'll all be even. So she does that. What can they really buy for $1?
So I have a rebuttal to that.
Well, hold on. Now, if these 9 spend their dollars and she doesn't, my daughter doesn't and keeps it, now the 9 people come back and go, oh, well, you have $1 and we have none. So we got to split that up. Now you owe us 10 cents each. How long is that going to last? How long is that going to last?
In that structure, not very long.
Not very long. Okay. So socialism won't work. The rich are going to get smart and move their money out of the country.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Most definitely.
Right.
No doubt about that.
And then you can't tax them anymore. And then the money's gone.
Right.
What do you do?
But they're not really being taxed in the way that I feel like we would like them to be at the moment.
Right.
But I hate the connotation of the word socialism that is going around in America today. Because I don't personally know anybody who is actually socialist or actually.
I agree. No. I agree with you. Now I agree with you. And hold that thought real quick. John Clem just made it. John, you're independent. You're in the middle. John, don't get me wrong. I have some liberal things that are. I mean, because I challenged this in like 7th grade. Okay, about socialism. I thought it was a great thing. And now that I'm older. I mean, it sounds great. It sounds like a great idea, but in the real world, it doesn't work. All right. And I argued this with my teacher, but I do believe that we should, but again, help people. But again, that's on us individually. It's not for our government to take our money and give it to the poor. It's for us as humans to do, because for me, that's what Christ told me to do, tithe to my church, which are the people. Okay. So I will, but when they tax me to death, I don't have that money to do that anymore, because I can barely keep my family going. You know,
right.
If they didn't tax me and give it to just whoever and let me give it to who I think needs it, that'll really make an impact in their life, then let me do it. Okay. Less government. Just tax me for my roads that get fixed, but actually take the money and fix them. Okay, fix them. Don't put bike lanes in. Don't narrow the 3-lane highway to a 2-lane and a 2-lane bike lane. Okay, that's not helping. That's making it worse.
Don't even get me started.
Oh, you can. Okay, go ahead. What do you got to say?
Oh, the PCH drivers, as you go down like Seal Beach, I actually had them when they just like stuck their hand out and went for it on the PCH. Don't do that.
No, you will get. Did you see the asshole on the news the other night on the 101 freeway in rush hour riding a bicycle in the middle lane? In the middle lane.
What are you doing?
Ed Asner, the actor, his grandson videoed it and was on the news showing it. And the guy's riding the damn bike.
Designated lanes. They have designated lanes for vehicle accidents. Get there.
I know. But John, no, I'm with you, buddy. I have a couple things. I do want to help people. There are solutions to problems, but we can't make solutions to what if problems. We have to get solutions to the problems that we're facing now. Okay. And that's the thing. Progressiveness also they want to jump ahead 40 years, and we haven't gotten there yet. All right. Can we deal with the issues now? We have more homeless in this state than ever. Okay. And more disease on the streets than ever in LA. All right. Unbelievable. The state is being run down, and then you're seeing the effects of socialism, and that's what they're trying to do. Now, I know you live in Huntington Beach, and so do I as well. And I tell you, I mean, the people around there, believe me, we're all kind of like-minded. You run into a couple here and there, but that's okay. And that's okay, you know, but you would think that progressive people would want more people to have jobs because that's more money to tax. That's more people to tax, you know? I mean, yeah, you get it in $20 bill increments, but you get millions of people being taxed. That's a lot of money. You know, they're not thinking, right, oh, let's go after the very rich. Well, the very rich are going to bail out, okay? And then we're going to be stuck with nothing, all right? Famine.
Well, I currently am, when I was working in retail, and I paid over a quarter of my pay in taxes. Oh, right. And I am considered lower income for sure.
Oh, you pay 25%, absolutely. Yeah.
But people who are making $100,000 a year, some are paying 18%.
Understand
and 20%. Some are even paying 15%.
Okay, are we
Why
talking
am I losing a quarter of my pay?
Well, because that's your local guy. I mean, depending on what state the California, you're screwed. Okay, I'm going to tell you, Sarah. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm telling you right now, unless you make at least $250,000 a year, you are not going to be able to live here. Okay,
that's true.
You're not going to be able to own a home or live here. There's no way. The property tax alone will kill you. Okay, it's disgusting. The prices of gas.
The statistics for LA is you have to make at least $108,000 a year.
Yes,
just to be able to afford a 2-bedroom apartment in the outskirts.
Everyone should move in one homeless person for 3 days. Just send them over to Nancy's farms, man. Just send them all to Pelosi's wine farms and let them set tents up on it. It's plenty of land out there. You know, she's so
with the whole, like, everyone wants to say, all right, well, you want to help the homeless people, go ahead and house them. I heard an interesting quote the other day, and someone asked, what is the cost of action versus the cost of inaction?
Right.
Because everyone's really worried that what we're doing is going to raise their taxes, and they're going to have to pay more, and it's going to come out of da-da-da-da-da. Yep. So universal health care, for example.
Okay.
People pay, on average, like the average family pays like something like $12,000 a year for health care. It's pretty, it's not small.
No, it's crazy. Okay. It's
so
crazy.
if you subsidize that.
All right.
If you subsidize that, it brings it all down for everyone. So those people who are paying the astronomical amounts, they will be saving money. Those people who are paying just regular health insurance, they're probably going to be saving money too, because we're being taxed out the rear for it.
Right. I am with you 100%. Now, I want to go back real quick. Trust me. I want to go back to your question about the tax bracket. I'm going to explain it to you. There are three tax brackets. Okay. You're either at the low end of it or the high end of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Depending on what you make. So the people at $100,000 are only being taxed 18%, but the bracket goes from $100,000 to $500,000. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So they're at the low end. Okay. When they get to the high end, then they move. And so to explain to you, if you're at the high end of the tax bracket where you're being taxed a lot, 25%, okay, and you're moving up into the next tax bracket, which is a break the more you make. Okay, because let me tell you something about, I'm going to tell you something about a business, not a corporation, because corporation has their own shit too. But for a business, people think, oh, he's only paying me $15 an hour. Wrong. The business owner is not paying just $15 an hour. He's paying another $10 an hour to the state for you per hour for your liability insurance. Okay, so that's now $25 per hour. On a $15. This is why it's just so they pay more taxes, and they have to pay for the insurance to cover their building. If anybody walks in and gets hurt, they're covered. Do you understand how much that's expensive? That's why they get tax breaks, because if they didn't, there'd be no business, there'd be no employees, and what's the point of working? What's the point of it? So you want to keep
doesn't that kind of lay itself down into trickle-down economics? Isn't that kind of...
Well, right. Because now, if this store's successful, now the greed is starting to kick in, and they're going to go, if I open up another store, I can double. I'm making $1 million this year, but if I opened another, if I took half that and opened another store in 2 years, I'll be making $2 million a year. Wow. And in 10 years, I'll be, yeah. And that's more than enough to live on if you're not in California.
That is so true.
So you could buy a whole fucking neighborhood in Vegas or Arizona or, anywhere else in the country. Yeah, Kentucky or the East Coast or West Coast, forget it. Yeah. No, so I gotta see what Wendy's show. I gotta okay, 1 second. Shit, maybe I should have let Anne Marie stay. Yeah. No, let her tell her there's a nice tent city down in LA with typhus. You can go down there. That'll for sure kill the dog. She won't have to worry about raising $200. All right. No. All right. Well, gosh, I was expecting to school you here, but it sounds like you've been schooled. I don't know by who, but good for you.
No, actually, I school people. So with the sociology major, one of the biggest things is you have to refrain from bias.
Right.
And so you study every aspect. And if someone questions me on it, I have to be able to have an answer for it.
Absolutely. Otherwise, I mean, if I wanted this question people not going to answer, I'd watch CNN. All right, I'm serious. I'm telling you, it's like all they do is sit around and make shit up. Well, what if Donald Trump was? Who gives a fuck? Report on what he's actually doing. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but God, I'll tell you. Thank God I don't have Hillary in there right now. We'd be sold out. Already. We'd be already sold out. Guys,
I was definitely the lesser of two evils, I think.
Oh my God, yes, totally the lesser of two evils. I'm serious. Unfortunately, there just wasn't a strong enough third candidate to do either one of them in. And I know,
how do we get narrowed down to that?
Yeah, there was only one really in history, and it was Ross Perot. And the problem, I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you were born. I think it was 92.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, Ross Perot was an independent billionaire from Texas. And he was doing amazing. He was blowing the two candidates out, the Democrats. He was blowing them away. And he got death threats in his family, and he backed out. He backed out, and then he tried to come back in, and people were like, nope, you backed out. They didn't have any faith in him after that. But if he had stayed in, he would have beaten them.
That's astounding.
And,
it's crazy
and the
to me
funny
how people
thing is, the Republicans knew it. We better ride on Donald Trump's coattails. We better let him into the Republican Party, or otherwise he's going as an independent and he's going to slaughter our guy. Okay, and the Democrats are going to get in again.
Oh man!
All right.
I don't like to do the whole two-sided thing, but I don't know what the Democrats are thinking right now.
Well, I don't either. And listen, there are some very good Democrat people out there. The Democrat Party is not a bad. It is a. No. I mean, it's got values that are good. Okay, it does.
Theoretically, they're doing better than the Republican states. Most of the Democratic states, they have lower welfare costs and better housing situations.
In where? In the Republican states, or I'm sorry,
Democratic states. Actually, I was so surprised to find this because I've kind of always associated Democrats with social policies and Republican with financial policies, but looks like Democrats are winning on that.
Yeah, but how many people are really working, and how many people are footing the bill? It's on the backs of how many people. Okay, I mean, yeah,
way more than California.
Right. Okay, so that's what I mean. I'm tired of it being on my back for a family I don't even know that came over to my country illegally, and now they have full health care benefits, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
Yeah, giving them driver's licenses was like the biggest issue there.
No. I mean, you gotta. For one, it takes 10 years to even become a citizen. Right. I mean, if you try to go to Australia, if any one of us right now tried to go to Australia to become a citizen, let me tell you something. It's a 6 freaking month program. All right. Before you even get a visa just to try you out. Because if you fail their laws, you're gone. All right. Johnny Depp thought he could bring his little doggy over to Australia. Wrong. You don't bring another animal into their ecosystem. Australia is Australia for why they keep shit tight. Okay, that's
which
why.
Is ironic, given their origin.
Their origin, they keep that shit tight. They don't want any foreign fleas in there. Nothing, man. Could screw up their whole system. No,
Got to keep all the criminals together.
Yeah, right. It's the truth. Okay. It is the truth. Here's the part about claiming Anne Marie as a dependent. Oh, yeah, you could do that to lower your taxes. Yeah, you could do that, Wendy. Claim Anne Marie Lynch for the last few months. You could. I thought about claiming my pets, but they're like, well, they're not kids. I go, well, what do you mean? I chose to have pets. I chose to have kids. It's the same thing. I spend more on the goddamn animals than I do the kid.
Oh, God.
The vet bills are expensive. It's like $90 to see a vet. For a human, it's $40. Come on. What the hell? Why? I get it, because the cat can't talk. Meow. It hurts, kitty. Meow. What does that mean? Meow.
I saw a comment about this dog. They took their dog to the vet and they spent like $180 just to find out that the dog was fake coughing.
Oh my God, fake cough. Hey, I spent $130 on a hamster that was blind. My fault, man, because it's my fault. I put him in my room, but I forgot to put towels under the door, and I sprayed a bunch of flea shit in the carpet because with the cats and in the summertime it was really bad. And so I didn't realize that when you open the front and the back door, it just creates a cross breeze, and no matter what, it goes into our room. And the hamster started freaking out. They were able. The damn dog, he's got this hamster, man. He's holding it. Little tiny hand. They're fragile as fuck, If you squeeze any little amount, you could crush their rib cages and shit, You're like petting them with like their pinky finger softly. Nice hamster,
When you're a kid, it's a little different because they don't fit in your hands. But once you're an adult, it's almost more intimidating.
Yeah, no. But he figured out. I told him what I sprayed and everything. And I go, the room didn't like fully get flooded, but when I walked in, it did reek a little bit. And I noticed that then the hamster started like wigging out and it didn't act like it did before. And we knew the hamster because we had it for about a year, I think, or something like that. So he gave me some drops. The fucking hamster loved it. I'd put the thing out there and he'd just jump on and I'd squeeze it in. He'd want more. So I'd mix water into the tube to get the residue out, and he'd drink that up, and within like 3 months, the damn thing's rolling back around in his ball and his pattern, and like he can see again and everything's great. And wow.
That's incredible.
How did he know? So
I had a hamster when I was like 8, and I had a really big wheel in there. So I was like, maybe it'll need some air, So the wheel was too big for the hamster. The hamster climbed the wheel, jumped out of the cage into my toy box, broke its leg, climbed its way out of the toy box, and my mom saw it limping out of the room.
Ours jumps off the shelf and does a like a nosedive off the wheel with his paws, like soon gets the wheel spinning, and then jumps down like it's a softer landing.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, no, totally. Hamsters they're cool, man. They are cool. I like watching them. They're fun, and this one's got a great personality. Just a great personality.
Okay. I plan on getting a guinea pig, or not a guinea pig, a hedgehog soon.
There you go. Yeah, no, those are cool too. We had guinea pigs growing up, but gosh darn it, Sarah, you are a delight to talk to. Let me tell you. You're awesome, man. That's great. But my point, let's talk about that 16-year-olds having to ask their parents to get an abortion. Now, number one, the first mistake is even a 16-year-old going to their parents and saying, I'm pregnant. Okay. There's the first mistake. All right. Teach your kids abstinence. All right. And stay in school. Actually,
studies show to the contrary. Teaching abstinence is probably the most detrimental aspect. Well, you don't go into the safety features.
Well, no, I agree. No. Okay. My wife has already had the talk with my daughter. I had no idea. I was waiting to be involved in this. And I'm so glad I didn't have to be. But trust me, when she does get old enough, I'm going to tell her the truth about guys.
The truth to be told, that's for sure.
They will say or do anything. They will promise you anything to get into your pants. Don't fall for it. Mm-hmm. Okay? But they had the talk. What if her dad raped her? Okay, if her dad rapes her, do you think the dad's really going to leave DNA in his own daughter? I mean,
If
seriously.
it was enough for her to get pregnant, oh, I see. Theoretically,
Okay.
I mean, if you're raping somebody, there's almost no way to not have DNA transferred.
That is a different story, but let me tell you, there's also another option. It's called adoption. Okay, you don't have to kill the baby. No, I was going to ask you, and I think I did maybe ask you in the comment section because we were talking about it. Would you kill your cat? Your answer? Would you kill your cat?
I mean, I'd say under the circumstances, I try not to claim opinions here, but under the circumstances, if the cat's going to end up living in a really bad home or potentially abused or potentially addicted to drugs, then honestly, I might want to prevent the cat from that.
Catnip.
Oh, it's all about catnip. My cat loves the catnip.
Kitty's all whacked out on the nip. It's all over. The bills aren't getting paid. The litter box is overflowing. That's it. That's it.
Luckily for cats, the receptors only allow for catnip once every 2 days.
Okay, no. Okay. Again, here we go. You have a female. Let's say you have a female cat. It gets out one day, and oh shit, tomboy cat up the street. Ring, ring, ring. And your cat's pregnant. You don't know this for a couple weeks, 3 weeks. Oh, damn it. We gonna kill him? Or are you gonna give him away?
I mean, it's not a $20,000 a year question.
I mean, all right, here's another thing. When you see a pregnant cat, what's it gonna have?
One more time?
If you see a pregnant cat, what's it gonna have?
Kittens.
Thank you. If you see a pregnant dog, what's it gonna have?
Puppies.
If you see a pregnant human, what's it gonna have?
Babies.
So I don't understand why a baby's not a baby inside the stomach. I don't get it.
Okay. So
go ahead. Go ahead. Devil's advocate. Go ahead.
The pro and against abortion, I understand both sides equally. I was raised incredibly religious. I was raised thinking, it's just murder. And if you're talking to somebody who is anti-abortion, you're not going to get past it's murder. It's just not possible.
Why? Oh, for you, it's not murder.
Anybody.
Anybody. I agree. No, I agree with you. Listen, I mean, I mean, my mom worked in a pro-life organization. She was the one that actually gave the sex talks and the whole pregnancy talks to the class when I had to sit there and fucking and just everyone's staring at me. It's your mom, dude.
Awkward.
Yeah, awkward. Very awkward. Okay, but I knew everything. I know more about probably the women's reproductive system than a woman does. All right, I hate to tell you that because she had all boys and wanted the girl. All right, so we knew all about
people
it.
People are pretty uneducated, so I wouldn't be surprised.
No, all right, no, I know about all the trimesters and the whole business. That's why I laugh when my daughter says, "Oh, their second trimester." I go, "Who?" She goes, "Our daughters." I go, "What do you mean trimester? She pregnant?" No, in school. I go, "It's not. No, a trimester isn't pregnancy." All right, enough of this. Don't scare me like that. She's only 11. God, she's only gonna be 12 next month. Please, Jesus, you know.
What an age.
Oh my God, it's kind of a difficult. It's kind of because she's.
So with the abortion thing, the one thing that made me finally change my mind is I got hurt when I was 17. I fell off a skateboard. I landed flat on my ass, sitting perfectly upright.
Right.
I have nerve damage from the neck down. I could barely walk for 3 years.
Okay.
And it was a huge mess. So I had to confront myself with the question of if I were to accidentally get pregnant, because it does happen.
Right.
If I were to accidentally get pregnant, would I be able to even carry the child?
Right.
And then I considered what would happen if I accidentally get pregnant, did successfully carry the child, then what? Because it would be another 3 years for me to recover. By the time this kid can walk and kind of do things for itself, I will finally be ready to be a mother.
Okay, now, so hopefully you have a father in the situation and not just a sperm donor.
Hopefully, one can hope.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Hope that he sticks around.
Because I'll tell you, for the first 4 years, I took care of our daughter quite a bit. Because my wife worked evenings in that, and she left probably at 3 or 4 in the afternoon. After
that's absolutely lovely.
And I took.
But I mean, that's not the case for a lot of people. 74% of Black women, or 74% of African American children are born to single mothers.
Well, of course they are.
And 50% of that, the dads totally drop out.
Again, protection. Okay.
Protection is there is not a single form of birth control that is 100% effective.
Is it better than nothing? It's better
Obviously,
than
like,
nothing. At least
the poll
tried.
is actually 88% effective.
But at least you tried. I mean,
I don't know a whole lot of people who go without protection.
I
personally,
because it doesn't feel good, and I don't know if it.
I know boys that will push for it. I know boys that will absolutely push for it. And that brings the second question to me. I have seen very, very, very little, surprisingly little expectation out of the guys in this argument.
Is that right?
No one's really brought that up.
I'm married, so I don't worry about that stuff. I mean, but I like to use protection sometimes just for the fun.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to do with that.
Don't worry.
Somebody without
I can hear her laughing
children
in the control room, so don't worry.
Oh my God.
Well, you've been married a while. You gotta.
Yeah, I get that. I don't have kids, so I can't relate to that.
Special delivery. The mailman's bringing a special package.
The mailman walked up to the door, and the kid said, "I know your secret." And the man goes, "Oh
knock,
no,
knock.
God, how do you
the milkman? The milkman's here. He got a bottle of milk for you, big load." Every time my wife says I'm going to the laundry, I goes, "Is it a big load?" She goes, "Oh yeah, it's a big load." Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh man.
Well, so you had brought up adoption, and I was actually, this was one thing that very few people have done. I got schooled the crap out of.
Okay.
A couple of days ago.
Okay.
Because one of the things that I had been under the impression of was that the adoption system, foster care system, is strapped. You hear all the time about children being abused, having too many kids in one home, and all this stuff. As it turns out, only about 10% of children in the foster care system at this moment are eligible to even be adopted, because their parents haven't given up full potential parental rights.
Because I haven't made up my mind yet. Selfish. I had a girlfriend. She was 13. She was raped. I was 15 at the time. When she had the kid, I was 16. She was 14. Okay. She gave it up for adoption. It was a no-brainer. She was a dancer, so she skipped her period a lot. Because she was, dancing from a very young age. So
yeah, I get it.
Okay, so she didn't think it, but then she realized, oh, I'm gaining weight, and realized I'm 3 months pregnant, 4 months pregnant, and then started showing. Pippi was kind of the same way. She had a concave stomach. My wife did when I met her, and then when she got pregnant, it poofed out, and it wasn't very big. She could still wear mini skirts and stuff, and
still rocking it.
And when she left the hospital, it's like nothing happened, but her stomach was flat now, which was great. It wasn't concave; it was actually flat, and it looked good. So I was like, "Yes, all right."
Maybe that's something to look forward to then.
Right? Exactly. There you go. Get pregnant. It's the best thing that happened to her. And it was the best thing that happened to my wife was getting pregnant. Her body changed. She loves it. She's happy. Yeah. So. No, she was very skinny, very, very, very skinny. Yeah. The concave stomach bothered me. So that all worked out. But
I didn't end up learning that there's about 10 parents for every infant.
Is that right?
10 parents on the list. 10 parents waiting to receive a child. And it takes the last person I talked to, she waited 4 years before she received her child.
Oh, wow. First team.
It's not long the list.
First term isn't a baby yet. There's no brain. Okay.
No. Just self.
Okay. I was reading an article about the government trying to lower they should. I think it should be private. If you've got wealthy people out there, I think they should pay for the woman's care. I think they should, because that's a lot of work, man. Pushing a kid out like that, and there's a lot of expense to it. So I think she should be compensated for that and a little extra for her new life. She's given you a life.
In addition to, America has the highest maternal death rate, almost the highest maternal death rate of the entire industrialized world.
Listen,
I need a little more.
I know what you're saying, and I'd love to talk to you again. I really would. I'd love to have you back on the show again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, in this country, you don't have to throw a baby in a trash can, okay? You can take the baby to any fire station, any police station, any emergency room, and they will gladly take the baby, no questions asked. Okay.
No questions, no consequences.
No consequences. If you feel you cannot do this, that's it. Do not wrap it in cellophane and throw it in a goddamn dumpster. Okay?
Too many times. Why is that happening?
It's sickening. You take it right to the firehouse. Okay? Here you go. I can't. Please, let someone who can. And that's it. You walk away. No questions, no consequences. Done. There's no excuse to throw a child, a human life, into the garbage can. That's ridiculous.
That's despicable.
Very. Sarah Whitley, thank you so much for answering the text and the call, the chat and everything, for being a good sport. Awesome, man. You're awesome. I like you. I'm friending you now. Now I'm friending you on Facebook. Look out.
Okay. There's a lot more comments where I come from.
There you go. And if you find yourself over at Don Jose's this evening, you'll run into Piffy and I. We'll be there singing away.
It's karaoke night, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Damn right it is.
I really know how to do
that. All right, Sarah Whitney, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right, you have yourself a great night. Everybody, thank you. It is 9:00. Friday night. Wendy, John, everybody out there in the chat. I didn't see all of you, all the listeners. Thank you so much. 90.5 KLCO, Los Angeles, Newport, Oregon. Have yourself a great weekend. It is closing time here at the Jay Francis Radio Show. And that's exactly what we're going to do. It's closing time. Have yourself a good weekend. We'll see you next Friday, everybody. Bye-bye.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time.